What's up everyone, and welcome to your Monday's edition of Reptile News. Now we're doing the show in here today because in the studio it's not cooled. It's way too hot in there today. So we might do it here later this week as well. But today we are. So we're going to start off today in China, where a woman, instead of receiving in the mail her supplement she was expecting, she received a near dead iguana and crocodile. Now this calls into question the lax restrictions that they have on shipping live animals. And you know, I've only shipped live reptiles a couple of times in my entire life, and it's always been, I can't think of ever actually being on the receiving end of any, but I've shipped some out, some baby corn snakes that I know of right offhand, and it always worried me. I always demanded to be in like constant communication with the recipient, because I was so concerned that something was going to go wrong with this shipment. But it really gives you something to think about. If you're going to ship stuff, are they getting to the right place? Now, I don't know if I've ever heard of this in the United States. I'm sure it's happened before. I've just never heard of it. They seem to have everything pretty well figured out up here. And now we're going to move on to a place I've never actually heard of before. I had to Google it. Tryon-Annandale State Park. Don't quote me on that. I'm terrible at pronunciating. Where a mountain biker, to be more specific, Nicholas Moreda on his Facebook page posted a video of rattlesnakes fighting that he came across on his mountain bike ride. And I know it's not really news, but I just wanted to point it out because it's amazing to, you know, I don't think people realize that rattlesnakes fight other snakes, not just rattlesnakes. Snakes fight, and it's pretty amazing. So I'm going to leave a link down below to go to the story in the DRM page to go watch that video. It's a pretty awesome video, and I highly recommend everybody go watch some rattlesnakes fight. And the last story I want to talk about is, it's kind of amazing, and I don't mean to talk about like fossil stories back to back, but apparently I'll read the little headline to you right here. 3 years ago, a pair of researchers bought a piece of amber in Miramar Market without realizing the small fossil inside was the first newborn snake fossil ever found. Now it's said to be 100 million years old, which is absolutely just amazing. I'm looking at these pictures right now behind you guys, and they're just absolutely amazing. And it was actually interesting, according to this article, I hadn't realized, they state that the about 85% of snakes' evolutionary history remains unknown. So the fact that this fossil was found, the fact that it was found with insects and leaves inside, explains the type of environment that it lived in. It's just absolutely amazing stuff, and I highly recommend everybody watch it. I'm definitely going to be following this story, as well as a lot of these other fossil stories we've been talking about. They're just amazing. And I want to end today's show with a little, you have to excuse me, I'm not prepared for this, with a little friendly challenge. I've gone through, I've been at this game for quite some time, and even when I'm not actively in the game and taking part in the community, I'm on the sidelines watching. So point being, I've been in this game for a while. I've seen a lot of good people come and go, and I've picked out a few names that, 4 names to be exact. I'm not sure any of them, or one of them, or I don't know if any of them will even see this show, so it's up to you to share it to them. And these are people that either at one point in time did something amazing for our hobby, or whatever. It just is what it is. So I'm going to start off with somebody that you guys might recognize, Reptile Smurf. I don't know what happened to him. He just disappeared, and the stuff that he had, it was so awesome. I really enjoyed watching his YouTube videos. So if you know who that guy was, I'm pretty sure I figured it out, but I haven't sent him a message yet. But if you know who that guy is, send him a message. Let him know the DRN called him out, that we want him to come back and do what he used to do. It would be absolutely amazing. Name number 2 is Justin Geyer. I loved when him and JD were on Herpentine Radio, and I don't know what the situation is between the two of them and the show and everything, but I would absolutely love to see him come back. Those are the good old days. I just love it. And I've saved 2 for last year that I'm pretty sure one of them is going to get a little upset with me, but I don't know. I don't care. I guess I just don't care. And so I'm going to say David Peel. Peel? I don't know. David, I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. You did the Gecko Land Radio. You did the Gecko Nation Radio. I apologize. I don't remember was first and last, but David did some amazing outreach to our hobby and bred some amazing gecko projects. I'm sorry, but I would love nothing more than to see David come back and be on the radio again and do his thing. And last but not least, the person that I'm probably going to hear from before you're even done watching this is John F. Taylor. Now, John and I have done some real fun stuff in the past. John had done a podcast at one time, which is my understanding he's not necessarily doing that much anymore. Well, I want to challenge John F. Taylor to have a drink with me and do some of the stuff we used to do to you know, just to make the hobby great again, I guess is all I have to say. I'm challenging all of these people to do what we used to do to make the hobby great again. And that, my friends, is going to be all your news for this Monday. If you'd like to read any more about these stories, that link's right down below here in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other, and we'll see you Wednesday.